Howdy folks, and welcome back to War Thunder with the mighty Jingles. I have some bad news, I'm afraid, guys. The hardcore simulator battle test event that was running in War Thunder for the last week or so has come to an end, and that makes me sad. Hopefully they've taken it away, they're going to polish it, tweak it, and it's going to come back as a proper full game mode in its own right, because it was awesome. Well, it wasn't quite awesome, but it could see awesome from where it was. It lived right next door to awesome, and sometimes even got awesome's mail by mistake. It was that close, and it really would not take an awful lot of tweaking and polishing for it to be awesome. And I really do hope they bring it back in its own game mode, because just driving these tanks around in full, proper, hardcore simulator mode with no training aids, no target markers, being forced to scan for targets in a realistic way and positively identify a target as an enemy tank before you open fire on it. And yet, despite those limitations, not once did I see a single incident of friendly fire. Yeah, I know, unbelievable. I mean, I'm not saying that there were no friendly fire incidents whatsoever, I'm saying that I certainly didn't notice any, although that might be more of an observation on my legendarily poor observation skills rather than the maturity of the players who were taking part in the sim battle event. But I like to think, leave me alone, we know what the reality is, let me enjoy my fantasy. But I certainly hope that this game mode does come back, because this is the way you should be playing War Thunder. Not that there's anything wrong with enjoying arcade gameplay, but War Thunder's all about the realism, and it does not get much more realistic than the hardcore simulator battle event that was running in War Thunder, and this is one replay from it. Not me, unfortunately. I didn't manage to get back on the servers in time for the last day of testing. This is Monkey Brain 1993. Great name. He's not playing alone, however. He's in a squad with another player in a Ju-87D5, circling overhead, attempting to provide some close air support, some eyes in the sky, trying to give him some advance notice of what's up in front of him, and hopefully drop a bomb on it. But as we've seen in a previous video, trying to actually spot tanks from the air when there are no target markers, and when a map is just a map. Real maps didn't magically suddenly reveal the location of enemy vehicles while you were driving along in your tank. The map is just there to show the terrain. Stuka just went overhead there, trying to scan the ground in front of him and warn him when he's about to run into enemy contact. And you really do start to get a sense when you play this game mode of what an absolute nightmare it must have been for a tank commander to take their tank into a city. It's not quite the same, of course. I mean, they're operating without infantry support, which is something that real tanks would never do in cities if they had any choice in the matter. But at the same time, there are... Oh, hold on. Oh, yes. Yes. There's kill number one. T-3485. Wrong place, wrong time. Judging by the way he slammed the brakes on, he must have been looking down this side street as he drove past it, saw a tiger with his gun pointed down here, crapped his little Russian pants. Panicked, did exactly the wrong thing, slammed on the brakes, tried to reverse. If he just kept going, he might have gotten away with it, but you panic, you make the wrong choice, you lose your tank. Of course, as I was saying, yeah, operating without infantry support, but then again, he doesn't have to worry about concealed anti-tank guns lurking at the end of roads either. It's just the aircraft, it's just the tanks. Now he's got some open ground to cross, and he sees the anti-tank gun, and he takes the shot, but it's just scenery. But did you see? He hasn't noticed it yet. On the other side of the river, you see it? There. It's T-34. He's got an engine shot, and he's taken him out. Kill number 2. Good start. 2 kills in simulator mode. Not bad at all. And he hoses him down with the coaxial MG34, just to add insult to injury. But he's sitting in the middle of the open here. He's got air cover circling overhead. The Stuka just passed over. No idea what that is. Could be friendly, could be enemy. Not a massive amount you can do about it in a Tiger anyway. Just hope you don't get noticed. Speaking of getting noticed, end of the road. That's a KV2 and something else. He manages to plug one into the KV2, but you're not getting combat messages telling you what damage you've done to them in this mode. He hits the KV2 once, and that looks like an IS-1. Now, the KV2's pulling out the line of fire. He obviously doesn't like what's just happened. He's obviously taken some kind of damage. KV2's managed to get out of the line of fire, but the IS-1 is really struggling. The damage that he's taken isn't going to have helped, but he's picked a really, really bad time to get himself stuck on some rubble. He's been hit again. He's starting to bring his turret around, and the third shot, that looks like it knocked his gun out. We can't be sure, but it looked like it smacked right in the middle of the gun mantlet. Monkey Brain lines up for his fourth shot and takes him out. No sign of where that KV2 went, but look to the right. Monkey Brain hasn't seen it. Look to the right. There's another KV2. And now he knows he's there. Practically every bit of his tank has been damaged, and he's been set on fire. He manages to put the fire out with his extinguisher, and he's just spotted him. He brings the gun around, and he takes the shot. Now, he does not kill him. But again, we don't know what damage he's done to that KV2. And now he's struggling with a wounded loader and a damaged breech and all kinds of damage to get this 88mm reloaded before the KV2 reloads that 152mm gun. And we don't know what kind of damage the KV2's taken. Hopefully, he's got a damaged ammo rack. Hopefully, he's got a dead loader. And he's got him. And just when you thought it was safe to start breathing again, the original KV2 pops out to take a shot. And there's something funny going on here. This is just a replay bug with a sniper sight. The KV2 fires, and he misses. Sucks to be you. He's struggling to pull back. He came too far out to take that shot. And Monkey Brain reloads and finishes him off. Now, is anybody else going to take a shot at the Tiger for the next minute or so? Because we would really like to get this tank repaired. Practically every single crew member and module on the tank took damage from that first KV2 hit. So if the Russians would like to just hold positions for a moment, that would be lovely. He does have his buddy circling overhead in the Ju-87, but he's got no bombs left, so all he's really in a position to do, at best, is warn him when he's about to die. So he is repairing the tank, and while he's doing that, I'm going to take advantage of the replay system to do something that he was not able to do at the time, and pull back to third-person camera view, because you're about to see something that is one of the funniest things I have ever seen happen in a game of War Thunder. It's a lot like there was a scene in the great First World War movie All Quiet on the Western Front when two platoons of soldiers, one German, one French, are both walking past each other right down the middle of a country road without being aware of each other's presence because they're all looking up at an aircraft that's flying overhead. Keep an eye off to the right of the screen. When I do eventually pan the camera around to show it to you, it caught me by surprise as well. Here we go. There's a T-34 and a KV2, and that's not all. There's another KV2. These are not AI. Right? These aren't bots. These are players. And they have absolutely no idea that a crippled Tiger is sitting 200 meters away on their right. No idea whatsoever. That's what you get when you play Hardcore Simulator Battle Mode. Unless you are looking in the right direction, you can drive right past any number of enemy tanks. And I'm not even certain that Monkey Brain saw them. I mean, his gun was not pointed in that direction, and he does eventually turn around and start heading this way, which is kind of unfortunate, because it's at almost exactly this precise moment when a T-34-85 appears again down the end of this bloody road right behind him and puts a shot right into his engine. I just repaired that. His turret armor takes the second hit. He doesn't take any further damage. He gets his armor angled, and that's enough. That's just about perfect, actually. And from here, actually, you know, judging by that rate of fire, that's probably a T-34-57. We got this unfortunate replay sniper view bug once again. He's lighting him up with the MG34 coax. That shot seemed to hit. Don't know if it did any damage. Second shot, yeah, that's good enough. So how many kills is that now? I mean, is it 6? I think it's 6. I kind of lost track when he was halfway through battling off 2 KV2s in an IS-1. But I think that's 6 kills. That's not bad at all for a simulator battle. Oh, actually, checking the combat messages, just popped up down there. It's actually 5 kills, but 5 kills isn't bad considering he's driving the world's most crippled Tiger tank after taking a hit in the face from a KV2's 152mm gun, and getting shot in the engine from that T-3457 didn't help matters much either. So, still, not bad. And 5 kills aren't enough for him. Even though he's driving the most crippled Tiger in the world, he's gamely going off trying to find more enemy tanks to kill. The only problem is, at this stage of the battle, there just aren't that many enemy tanks left to be killed. So 5 kills is all he's going to get. That's what he's going to finish the game with, but it's certainly nothing to be ashamed of. I really do hope they bring this game mode back, and I'm pretty sure they will, because judging by the feedback that I have seen, it has been a resounding success. People really, really like playing War Thunder Ground Forces with no training aids whatsoever. This hardcore simulator mode. Oh, and his wingman appears to have found at least one at least one of the surviving enemy tanks. There's a ZSU down there. It looks like the ZSU-37. Let's hope he doesn't get shot down, because that would be bad. He didn't have a particularly good game. I don't think he actually hit anything. But he did manage to at least provide warning of some of the ground targets that Monkey Brain 1993 had to deal with. And there he goes. He's still trying to find something to shoot at. In all that time the Ju-87 was flying overhead, he's only just, with his crippled engine, managed to make it down at the bottom end of this road. And the team's capping. This game's over. 6 kills. A pretty impressive result, but 6 kills is all he's going to get. So the sooner they bring this game mode back into War Thunder, the better, as far as I'm concerned. I think this is really what sets War Thunder apart from most of the competition. The fact that you've got this realistic aspect to the game that, well, you just don't get in a game like World of Tanks. World of Tanks is there for the arcade tank battles. If realism is your cup of tea, then War Thunder is very definitely where it's at. It's not without its issues, but that's why they were testing it. Let's hope they have learned from the mistakes that were made while it was in testing, and it comes back new, improved, shiny, and lots of fun for the simulator community. As always, folks, take care, and I'll catch you next time.